I got it.
All right.
Hey, looks like we're back on.
How about that?
Yeah, very excited about
You
today's
know,
big announcement.
yes, and it's been a long time since we have actually been able to do something live with some new
Hey, looks like we're back on.
new technical issues. We've
Yeah,
got
very excited about
you
today's
know,
big announcement.
all right. There we go. It was duplicating what we just said, but
Okay.
all right. So anyways, I'm saying there's been some technical changes in the way that all these streaming services work that allow us to do a simultaneous broadcast. And I think maybe we have something figured out that might work. So looks like it is live and working. That's a beautiful thing.
That's right. So I'm just trying to get this sent out to our workshop group. So if you don't follow us here, or if you follow us here, you can also follow us on Facebook at our Panoptic Chopsticks workshop.
Yep.
And so that's where we have a number of things that happen there.
Yeah,
And
we've actually got two different Facebook pages. We've got a Facebook page, which is general information, but then we also have our workshop group. So, and that's a private group that if you choose to join, we can get you hooked up with that. But that's where we give all of our information about everything that we're doing with the Chopstick guys, all of our different workshops and stuff. So fun stuff there. But as soon as you think you're all connected, we can jump in and give this big announcement that we've been kind of teasing about. And some of you guys might know a little bit about what's coming up, but yeah, we are totally excited.
all
What are you
right.
excited
It's
about?
not playing live on Facebook, but the link is there. So we'll just, go about our
All right,
day.
cool. Let's see what happens. But anyways, yeah, so for you guys that don't know, if you're watching us on YouTube and you're just catching this as a live broadcast, you
Mhm.
don't know really who we are, but I'm Steve and you're
And I'm Mark, and I'm
Mark
the other chopstick guy.
and I'm the other chopstick guy. But
So,
anyways, for the chopstick guys, and you may have seen some of our videos out there on YouTube, but we are lovers of photography. Anything that has to do with photography.
yeah. And I think a lot of people, they see stuff that we do on YouTube and just think this is goofy old bald guys, but we're actually working photographers. You haven't seen a lot from us because we've been so busy. We literally just got back from 4 weeks up at Mount Lassen. One of our biggest clients is a camp, and we do 4 weeks of camp
Now, I think
in video. And
most people out there, that would be their worst nightmare is to work with, 2000
1,500
junior
kids.
high kids for 4 weeks. But it's one of our absolutely favorite things to do
It is.
during
And
the
so
year.
we just got finished with that huge project. And like leading up to that, you were like 1 week before camp. Well, we had done a workshop out at Pebble Beach,
Yep.
there at Bing Crosby's mansion on Pebble Beach. That was amazing. But 2 days before that, you came back from a 2 week trip to Africa where you
Africa.
were
Yeah.
shooting, doing a project in Africa. Prior, a week before you left for Africa, I came back from a week of shooting pictures in Costa Rica. So, like, we've had 4 month, 3 months of just busyness.
It's
And
been
so,
nonstop. And the hard thing about doing all that is that we kind of lose track of like the whole workshop chopstick guy thing, like because we're so busy doing all these other jobs. But it's
yeah,
been a
so
great time.
we still have half a summer left.
Yep.
And we've got some great stuff that's coming up for fall. And that's kind of why we want to jump on. And because, why we're gone, we don't get a chance to promote and talk about the projects we're working on
Right.
or the workshops that are coming up. So,
So big announcement announced yesterday. So if you didn't catch it, you're gonna catch it now. But this is part of we do 4 different experience events. So we have a couple different types of workshops. Let me actually back up real quick. So we've got these workshops which are general education workshops, right? Where we're teaching photography,
yeah,
the basics of photography 101, going all the way up to super advanced lighting techniques and all that stuff. So that's who we are at heart. We're photography trainers and
educators.
educators.
We love teaching.
Love it. So we do those workshops and we do a couple of those a month. Then we do what's called a road trip workshops, which are workshops that we take a group of people, we load up a van and we head out on the road and we take pictures along the way and just have an incredible time spending time with each other and learning all about photography in various locations.
Yeah, I actually had forgotten. I was talking about going to Pebble Beach, but we went to Point Reyes National
Yeah.
Seashore, and we took
Yeah.
our friend. Jessica as a model along with us, and a small group in a van. And oh my goodness, that was a fun day.
Super fun. So we do those. We love those. And then we do these photo experiences, which are kind of like the Super Bowl of photo workshops, right? And this is a big deal. And so we
I
do
would
four
call
ones a
them
year.
bucket list experiences just
Yes.
because what we're going to announce today, what we announced yesterday, it should be on every portrait photographer's
Sure.
worldwide bucket list.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. So the thing about these we eliminated really the word workshop from these experiences because they are an experience. Like this is going to be something that you've never experienced before in the way that this experience is run and put together and just what you're going to
we really
experience.
pride ourselves in how we run a workshop, especially these. Last year was phenomenal. So let's stop like
Well, let's
pretending like we're gonna make this big announcement because we are. We're heading back to the Utah, the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah,
yes.
and this place is crazy cool.
It's beyond crazy
Yeah,
cool.
last year it was crazy cold
It was a
by
little
one
chilly,
day.
just a little chilly. Come on, it wasn't cold, it was just chilly.
So
No, it was
this year we've moved it back a few weeks so that we want to get there before that weather changes.
yeah.
It wasn't. We weren't not able to do it. We were able to do it, but boy, it was cold, right? We had
Yeah.
like one day it got up to 28 degrees was the
It got
high.
up to 28. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the heat
So,
wave of the weekend.
but
But yeah, so we're
uh,
doing this thing October 10th through the 12th. 3 days, 5 events, all right, over the 3 day period. You will fill your camera cards with more wall hanging pictures than you've ever gotten anywhere before. But the reason why we say this particular experience that we do at the Salt Flats, it should be a bucket list. There's something special that I can't even describe. We try to describe it every year. What the lighting does out at the Salt Flats.
no, and every year it's different.
And
Some days it's nights it's pink, some nights it's purple. Sometimes we have amazing color in the sky. We've had times where there's stars up that come out early. It's just you're at the mercy of whatever it wants to give you, and what it gives you is going to be spectacular.
it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. But let me tell you, this experience that we do, the 5 events over 3 days, it starts at 3 p.m. on the Thursday, the 10th of October. And like Mark said, we're headed out a few weeks earlier. We usually do it at the end of October, but we've had some weather issues come into play where it was chilly. This year we should be hitting it perfectly. The other thing that we always have to watch out for in the Salt Flats is race season. So automobile racing and vehicle racing. So Bonneville Salt Flats is where the world speed records have always been created. Um,
And
we're
we did that one year, and we were very fortunate, like, that they weren't going to let us on. And we're like, we have a permit from the
Yep.
BLM. Like, here's our, and they're like, I guess you get to come on then. Like, they were going to stop us, but
Yeah, it was a little more challenging though, just because we had to deal with all that. But like this year, wide open, we were timing it perfect.
yeah,
Race
so we're not
season,
to deal with that.
don't have to deal with that. But
Yeah.
so it starts at 3 o'clock on Thursday. We end after sunset on Saturday.
And
So
it's not, you're hearing 3 o'clock on Thursday. This isn't like, I see a lot of workshops that have done this in the past where they're like, it's a meet and greet and they call that day one. No, this is not a meet and greet. We're going to meet and greet. And then we're heading to the Salt Flats and we stay out there until it gets pitch black.
yeah, it's
Like,
meet, greet, and snap. Like we're taking pictures right away. And
yeah.
the thing that's so cool about the experiences is that it's a great mixture of photo education, camaraderie, right? Hanging out with like-minded people,
You'll make
and
lifelong friends at this
and
one.
the most incredible photo shoots that you can imagine. So you mix all that together and it's a winning few days. Then you add the location, you add our model team to that.
Yeah.
I still am almost speechless. Like it is just the coolest thing in the world. So we would love to have you join us this year for that. Do you have any pictures or anything, Mark, that like
Yeah. I'd love to share some.
why don't you pull up some just of stuff that we've done in the past? Like
Let me open this up and then let's see if I get share my screen here.
it's funny after last year, man, the feedback we got was so incredible. So yeah, this is You look
So
at it and go,
let's see.
that's
I
not
think if I
this.
go one more, I've got some older stuff in here too, but you know, we've had ballerinas out there. We've had Miss America out there at our workshop. We've had all kinds of cool stuff. We've had celebrities.
Yep.
Remember this year, that one year we actually filmed a music video, but Voter Kellerman came out from South Africa. This guy's the
Grammy award.
multi-Grammy winner, greatest flautist in the world. Just it was fun to shoot with him. But that first night, I love this is one of my favorite images. It's pretty simple, but to me, this encapsulates what it always looks like that first night we get out there, right? Like there's just something that your brain goes, this is really cool. You start seeing patterns on the ground, you start seeing, you know, endless horizons and
Yeah.
all kinds of neat stuff. So
And as you can see there on your picture, there's times at the salt flats, like in the middle of the afternoon or late afternoon, it is so incredibly bright out there. And
yeah,
that's why we teach some very unique lighting techniques during this time, that we teach you how to expose your subject in this super, super bright environment.
yeah. And
So
it's just constantly changing,
where you can get incredible weather, right?
Yeah,
That rolls
we get
in.
incredible weather. This was Miss America that year, who's now Dr.
Yep.
Haley, right? Yeah, she's a doctor now, but we've played around out there when it gets dark. But a couple of the other things that we've done is day two, right? Is our super secret location. There's a lake that we know of that is near there by what, half-hour drive.
Yep.
And we head out early in the morning and we get out there and I'm looking through here. I wanted to find really quickly. Here's kind of the area, but this was later in the morning. We have what we call the glow show. Let's see. I'll go back to some of these images in a second, but whoop, what I do? There we go. Yeah, I don't have any of those in there, but early morning, this particular lake is spring fed. It's like 80 degrees. So all the steam rises and the sun rises. You can see in this picture right behind her. This was later in the morning. This cloud started to build in a little bit, but in the morning, you get this incredible glow. And we shoot for like 15 minutes and like it's silent. All you hear is click, 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 click. And we're shooting a lot of silhouettes with this beautiful glow that'll just blow your mind. Like you just look around, everybody's just smiling.
Yep. Yeah,
So
it's like the area around the salt flats is so amazing. So, often people say, yeah, we've already shot out on the salt flats, and maybe you have, right? But we've got these other locations that we use as well. So we do the salt flats, like, Taylor's there out on the salt flats. Sometimes it gets covered with a little sheen of water too, which makes for spectacular lighting. But
little rain come in and it's a mirror.
we've got these other locations right there that we've used too, which are just spectacular. This is in the old military base area of Wendover, Utah, and we'll do some shooting there. You had a picture up a few minutes ago or a few seconds ago of the aircraft. This was actually inside that aircraft. There you go.
Yeah, so the airplane here, which was used in a number of movies recently, Fallout, the new series on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
That was originally the plane they used for Con Air with Nicolas Cage. They filmed a bunch of like Independence Day out there. So movie wise, there's kind of this rich history of movies being made, but historically, right, we've shot a lot of times in the Enola Gay hangar. So this is the air base that they got all of the big bombers ready during World War II to drop the nuclear bombs. The Enola Gay was out of Wendover. And I just watched 2 days ago Gregory Heisler doing a symposium talk, and he was showing pictures, and he was like, "Yeah, like in 1986, I got flown out to Wendover, Nevada, and this scientist had this machine inside this giant Enola Gay hangar and was making lightning and thunder inside, and it was really cool to see." It's like, wait, we've shot in there numbers of times, so it's a cool place.
It's super cool. So I mean, just the stuff we do over this 3-day period at these different shoots is so awesome. And then the part that I think I love even as much as shooting is what happens in between our sessions, right? So we all eat meals together. You know, we go to these lunch places and we have dinner together, and it's a great time just to talk about the day, answer questions. Everybody's happy and excited and
Uh-huh.
can't wait
A
to
lot
talk
of us
about
go
this.
down into the lobby there and we'll talk about some things with editing and, you
Yeah.
know, people have questions.
So it's just all around awesome. So we love to have you join us. We'll actually put the link to the registration page in the notes or in the comments section of the video. But um, man,
Yeah, so you do Thursday night a shoot, you do Friday morning, we go out to that lake. We go Friday night back out to the salt flats. We go Saturday morning back out to the salt flats and we finish, you know, out at the salt flats. And we say the salt flats, this thing's what, 45 miles long and,
yeah,
8 miles wide. Like there's different areas. There's areas above it. Like I had that very first picture that popped up. That's desert that we can go shoot in the desert. We've got areas that have big giant rocks when you go up against the foothills on the outside of, like there's just, like you said, there's so many things. When we say the salt flats, it's not, you know, 3 days of just shooting white salt. It's every day is something different.
epic. It's truly epic. I can guarantee you one thing. Not only will you fill your card with incredible images, you will be happily tired, right? That's the best way to explain it. Like you're going to be exhausted by the time you're done this, but you are so happy
Yep.
that you spent the time to do this. It's so worth it. And by the way, speaking about registration, we're in the early bird section. People often go, "Oh, you're putting out the news so early about this thing. It's in October." Well, it's only 3 months away, right? And the thing is, that time goes really quick, and we wanted to make sure that we have enough time to let people know and start to plan. But you want to make sure that you register ASAP because we have early bird pricing that expires, and
And you have all the information there. Like we have a host hotel that we're staying at. There's a Best Western that we stay at there in Wendover. It's very reasonably priced. Don't think, a lot of people always think, oh, the Salt Flats, I'm going to go to Salt Lake City.
oh,
It's, yeah, you're going to go to Salt Lake City, then you're going to rent a car and you're going to drive, what, 2 hours to Wendover.
yeah,
So just be aware that we're not staying in Salt Lake City. We're
right.
staying in Wendover. Wendover's nice because it literally is 5 minutes and we're on the salt.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are watching this and you are flying in, just make sure that you do schedule your time for your flight appropriately because it is about a 2 hour drive from Salt Lake City
Uh-huh. To
to
Wendover.
Wendover. The Salt Flats is huge, right? So people think, oh, the Salt Flats Bonneville Speedway is right on the edge of Salt Lake City. It's not.
No, it's 2 hours away.
Yeah. So there's Salt Lake, and then there's the
Salt
Salt
Flats.
Flats, right? So people sometimes get those confused, but
And then there's the Great Salt Basin. And then there's the, yeah,
so
it's a big area.
just make sure that you plan appropriately on your flights and your travel schedule if you're driving in to give yourself enough time that you are there at the start of the event at 3 o'clock on Thursday, the 10th of October.
Yep. And then one thing we'll start doing, those people that sign up, I love sharing this because I don't know of any other workshops. I know of one other workshop that does this. Jeff Cable does that with his workshops, but we'll do a couple Zooms ahead of time for the people that have signed up. So we'll talk through it. We go through our schedule. We go through what to bring, what to expect. So communication's a big deal for us. We want to make sure you get the best out of your time.
Yeah, and the cool part is it's not just the communication, it's the community that we're building. So you will not be going to this event as a stranger if you've never been before. So you'll actually go as a known person, right? Everybody that is going will know each other before they get there.
Yeah, we even had a lot of our models last time that came on the calls
Yeah.
and was able to introduce themselves to everybody ahead of time. And so, yeah, we want to make sure this is the greatest experience you've ever had with a camera.
And you know, the question does come out too about these kind of events because they're promoted as, you know, Super Bowl big events, but often people have been to large group workshops and have been very disappointed in the results from the workshop. I'm not talking about our workshops, but in general workshops because you're shooting a lot of times as a big group, and you're shooting over the shoulder of people, and
Yep.
people tend to hog the models, or do whatever they do. This is run very different. This is a combination of instruction, group shooting, small group shooting, and full-on photo
Individual creativity. Yeah.
individual creativity. There is enough going on over these 3 days. You'll have plenty of chance. And then we do some really fun activities
Mm.
intertwined with all this. We play some games, and we do some big challenges that involve prizes. And a lot of times it's a big cash prize. So um, you can almost make back your price of admission just there and winning the prizes.
The
But
shootout each year that everybody
yes,
gets so scared of. But yeah,
it's a
so
highlight actually.
so much fun that we have these days. I look forward to this every year. This is our 8th year of going out there. It's like our 10th time of actually doing a workshop because we've done multiple workshops during the years. But yeah, I'm so excited, and we're building our model team right now. We have some people that are already coming on board. Um,
And it's shaping up to be incredible.
it is, this year, last year, Madalena, we're hoping that we can get her to come back again, was our ballerina, who was amazing. But she wore this orange ski suit that looked like a NASA. And so that was such a cool shoot, and it's been on my mind for so long. So one of our models, Naomi, who's coming this year, is a designer. We've been talking and planning, this idea of doing this high fashion space suit, because and I think it's going to be this really epic shot when it's finally done. So
That was very cool. Very
yeah,
cool.
it's going to be fun to do. So lots
So
planned.
we want to see you out there. This was the big announcement, was that we are going back to the Salt Flats. We want to see you there in October. We'll put the link in the, like I say, in the comments below. Check it out. All the info's there. Sign up. Early bird pricing right now. Don't delay. I don't want you to miss out on the chance to be at the experience of the year. It really will be your experience of the year if you come. Now, real quick before we sign off, if you're
Yes.
local in the Northern California area,
Yeah, in that Sacramento area, we're doing a workshop
we're
in
doing a early
week from
morning,
tomorrow.
yeah, week from tomorrow, early morning photo walk workshop. And this is our black and white photo walk workshop. And
Yep.
we did this last year. We've done a couple of them, but last year we did what we're going to do again. It was so well received. Um, we have everybody set their camera into black and white. All your cameras, you can switch them over to black and white, so you can actually see what you're shooting in black and white. And we teach some of the theories of shooting in black and white for shooting in color, right? And that's very counterintuitive when you think about it, but when you get there, we'll tell you why that works. And then how to really get the best out of your black and white images.
Yeah.
All we're walking through one of the coolest little old downtown areas that we have in California, in downtown Roseville.
We might have a model or two with us, and
We will
it's
have a
be
model,
awesome.
that's for
Like,
sure. And it's just fun. It's 3 hours, very, very economical. It's $59, right? It gets you there for 3 hours of learning and shooting. So
yep.
definitely
No.
worth it. But
Yep, that's gonna be a fun one. Don't miss out that if you on that one if you live in Northern California anywhere, it's worth coming to.
and you can always check out our website for any of the latest news or anything that's coming up. It's panopticchopsticks.com. So
Yeah. And I was very excited. One last thing before we sign off as well. You were just telling me you were able to go yesterday into San Francisco.
yes.
That has been kind of a staple of our workshops over the years is going to San Francisco. The last year and a half, crime has not been very, good for photographers. And so we've avoided San Francisco for the last over a year and a half. And I love the report you were giving me yesterday,
I was blown away with how the city looked. So I've been there during the heyday. Lived in San Francisco for years and been there during the big struggle that they've had recently. And it hurt my heart, right, to see what happened to my favorite city in the world.
yeah.
And I am happily to say that yesterday when I was there doing some stuff, the city looked incredible. It was spotlessly clean. And all the news you hear is the city is, just a pit of despair, right?
And it's been.
It has been. And the homeless issue is being worked on very diligently, which is great.
Yeah,
August
August 1st, as of yesterday, right, was the day that that
was the
new law
official
came
start date,
in.
but they've been working on it for a week now, and it's amazing
Yeah.
what they've done in a week. But the city was actually it was full of people again, which was great to
Yeah.
see.
And you took your wife there and you felt safe. And
Yep.
so we're
So,
looking forward to hopefully getting back to San Francisco sometime soon.
all that to say is we would love to start doing some stuff in San Francisco again. It is one of the most photo friendly places that it's ever been, other than the recent crime.
Yeah.
The city government has been very friendly as far as being able to shoot there and being very open about you can shoot anywhere, you can, doesn't matter. So hopefully that crime issue is going to be taken care of, and it looks like it's well on its way, and we can start bringing groups back again. But man, I can't wait for that day. It's
Yep. No, it's gonna be good.
Well, that's it for today. Everybody have a great Friday. If you're watching this today, if you're watching it later, have a great day, whichever
Yeah.
day you're watching.
We'd love to see you out at Salt Flats. We'd love to see you in Roseville coming up in a week,
Yep.
and maybe in San Francisco sometime real soon for a workshop.
We've got a lot of stuff percolating. So keep your eye out on the website, keep your eye out on the YouTube, keep your eye out on our Facebook page. Go ahead and join that, and be up to date on everything we got going on.
Okay.
But until then, don't forget,
Don't be lazy.
don't be lazy. You were wondering what I was going to even say that.
I was.
All right. We'll see everybody.
Okay.
Bye now.
You can start alive, but you just can't finish alive.
I'm just trying to see if it's going to finish, but